Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I just want to talk about a handful of date night fragrances for women. I think that these are the perfect fragrances for date night, whether it's a first date, whether you're in a relationship and you've been together for a while, and you're just having a regular scheduled date night, or even if you're going on a solo date and you want to smell good, you want to feel good about yourself, you want to attract attention but not too much. And these are also fragrances that will definitely get you a second date if you want. So I have two niche fragrances and two designer fragrances. I don't want to make this video extremely long, so we're going to get right into it. And we're going to start off with the first designer fragrance, which is Versace Crystal Noir. Now, this is one of my favorite fragrances. This is one of the first fragrances that I added to my collection. There is a review, or there's a first impressions unboxing on this, including also that video includes unboxing and first impressions of Mosquito Gold, because these were blind buys. These were my very first blind buys, I believe. I actually went through my very first bottle of this very quickly, maybe within the span of a month and a half. I know that's a bit much, but I loved it. And it was a smaller bottle than this, in my defense, but I ended up going ahead and repurchasing this after a while, and I just love this. The fragrance family that this resides in is Amber Floral. This is a warm, spicy, slightly powdery coconut fragrance. It's a very kind of dark and sensual, slightly mysterious fragrance. I think that this is perfect for a first date. It'll definitely leave a great impression. It'll definitely keep you on their mind. And this is also a fragrance that for me lingers. I've been told that if was wearing this to work when I got it initially, all of the time. Let's say, for example, I walked to the break room 15 minutes ago. Someone would come from the break room and tell me like, hey, I smell you all the way back there. So the sillage on this is amazing. Longevity on this for me. Longevity for this for me, on me, is 10 out of 10. I cannot complain about this fragrance at all. I'm so in love with it. So the notes in this fragrance, coming in at top notes, we have ginger, pepper, and cardamom. For middle notes, we have coconut, gardenia, orange blossom, and peony. And for base notes, we have sandalwood, musk, and amber. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. This can be a little cloying to some people. Some people are, I would say, a little sensitive to some of the notes in here, or at least the way that this fragrance was formulated. I think that it is just the perfect balance of musk, florals, and woods. Like, it's the perfect balance of all of them for me, and I can't recommend this enough. Definitely perfect for date night, and definitely perfect for a first date. This has gotten me so many compliments, and people just love this on me. I also have to note that I was even wearing this just running errands one day. I stopped at a fast food restaurant to grab a salad and a water, and as I was waiting for my card back with the window down, the cashier told me that I smelled good. Mind you, the window is open. My window is open, her window is open, and we are at least this far apart from each other. And she could still smell this wafting off of me, and I had only sprayed this on me maybe 5-6 hours before I got to that point. So do with that what you will. And then next up, this is actually niche fragrance. We're gonna switch off. This is one of my favorites. This is a scent that I feel is perfect for anything, any occasion. I often wear this just running errands, but it is MFK's Gentle Fluidity Gold, and this is such a beautiful vanilla fragrance. In the fragrance family of Amber Vanilla, it is a very ambery vanilla fragrance, but the juniper berry in this also shines. It's one of the notes that really stands out to me when it comes to this fragrance. I think this is very, very beautiful. It's feminine, it's well balanced, and it's smooth. It can come off just slightly spicy, but I love that about this fragrance because it makes it more interesting than what it already is. So the fragrance notes in here in no particular order. We've got vanilla amber, musk, woodsy notes, juniper berries, nutmeg, and coriander. The coriander and nutmeg is where I'm positive the spice is coming from. Obviously love this because I am running out of this. I've been using it sparingly because I had been on a no-buy for the past 2 months, but that ends for my birthday in April. So this is a 1.2 ounce bottle. This is the smallest bottle that this fragrance and any of his fragrances come in, but I think it's a perfect size either way. I am definitely upgrading to a bigger size when I repurchase because hello. Now this isn't a unisex fragrance, but it leans slightly feminine for sure. I think that Gentle Fluidity Silver is the one that leans a little bit more masculine. Have not smelled it yet, but it is on my list of decants to buy. This is something that will definitely leave a mark on your date, whether it's a first date, second date, fifth date, or 20th date. Definitely a head turner, compliment getter, and an absolute staple to have in your collection. All right, so the next fragrance that I want to talk about is the other designer that I mentioned. This is Lancome's Edel Intense, and clearly I love this down. This is actually the fragrance, and I've always been into fragrances, I always loved smelling good, but this is the fragrance that really kickstarted my collection because I got well, it's not this fragrance, but I did get the original from Influencer when it was first released back in 2019 and fell in love, okay? And I was going on some weekend getaways at the time, and that person was all over me. Absolutely love this fragrance on me. I love this fragrance on me. I love this fragrance, period. So it's definitely become a staple. I actually ran out of this as well fairly quickly, and the original was purchased for me for my birthday again. It was repurchased. Well, it was actually purchased for me because I got the first one free for testing from Influencer. I have to say that. But the original was repurchased again for me. I do still have a full bottle of that. And then we were actually shopping together and I was picking out what I wanted. And I actually bought this myself because I couldn't pick between the two. When I went shopping when we went to the mall to buy that fragrance, I didn't even know that the Intense had came out. And I think it was like I think there was a sale on this and it came with like a bunch of Lancome samples as well. And once I smelled this, not gonna lie, that person was dead set on buying the original because in the store they were smelling the original and the Intense and they wanted to pick the original. Very, very stubborn. But I love the Intense, like loved the Intense. And I find that I do have, when it comes to fragrances and their flankers and including the Intense version, I almost always love the Intense version more. Not to say that I don't love them equally, but I clearly. So this is in the fragrance family of Chipper Floral. This is a very rose forward fragrance. But the notes in here, we've got top notes at bittern and mandarin orange. Middle notes we have Turkish and grassy rose, musk, Egyptian jasmine, jasmine sambac, and jasmine. Base notes we've got patchouli, cashmere wood, Madagascar vanilla, sandalwood cedar. I'm gonna butcher this, but as I say it, I'll put them on the screen. Because I definitely butchered that for sure. But again, very, very rose forward fragrance. It's very elegant. It's very sophisticated. Rose fragrances can come off a little bit like, for me, pesticides. If it's too much, I can't take it. Like, it literally gives me a headache. Love roses, love rose fragrances, but some rose fragrances literally come off chemically, pesticides, and I find it very hard sometimes to find a perfect rose fragrance, and this does it all. I honestly, Could never have another rose fragrance in my life and would be perfectly fine with this, the original, and all of the other Edo flankers, which I own. Also the Nectar, and I have not got Aura yet, and I feel like I'm missing one. So this is smooth, it's silky, it's a little bit fresh, but it's bright as well. And I think the sandalwood and the cedar in here, I think also the vanilla, really balance out the florals in this fragrance because it can be a bit much without any added notes. White florals can come off really mature, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I do love certain mature fragrances, but not all of them. For example, Chanel's fragrances, I love Gabrielle Essence, I love Coco Mademoiselle, but Chanel No. 5 is where I draw the line. Although I heard that there is a new flanker, it's like a more youthful version of it, so I probably will test that. But right now, not really my cup of tea when it comes to No. 5. In terms of the fragrance notes in here, I think jasmine and patchouli are two fragrance notes that work really well together. When I look at or think about my collection, I do realize I do have a lot of fragrances that have both jasmine and patchouli in them, and I like it. They just work very well together. With the added notes of the rose in here, the bitter orange, sandalwood, cedar, even the musk, perfect. Longevity and sillage on me for this fragrance is 10 out of 10 across the board. I cannot complain about this fragrance either. This performs really, really, really well, and this lasts on me forever. If I wasn't a person that washed regularly, this would last literally 24 hours. This has gotten me many, many, many compliments. This has gotten me attacked, followed, the likes, and I just think that this is a perfect date night scent. Last fragrance of this video that I want to talk about is Nishane or Nishane's 100 Silent Ways. This is a really interesting fragrance, and I say that because when I got this, I was going based off of the fragrance notes and the reviews because I blind buy a lot. This was a blind buy. Most of my fragrances in my collection are or were blind buys. And this was very interesting to me because I own Black Opium. And when I saw everyone raving about this, but like they would also like be kind of on the fence about Black Opium, but also other people were relating this to Black Opium, I was confused. So when I got it, I definitely was not expecting this. I really, really do enjoy this fragrance. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Perfect for spring, summer, date night. And I'm gonna be honest, so for this fragrance, longevity on me, I'm kind of disappointed, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've worn this and I think that it lasts maybe 3 to 6 hours on me, and it doesn't really project like that from what I can tell. I don't know if I become nose blind to this fragrance or what, but I don't feel like it lasts on me at all. I also haven't, like, I've worn it, but I haven't really given it a good wear in a while. So I'm gonna keep testing it out before I say that solid. But definitely still, to the point of the video, it's a very, very, very beautiful day night fragrance. Now, I'm actually kind of on the fence about where this sits when it comes to the fragrance family, but I will read you the notes and then you can gather from that what you will. For top notes, we have tuberose peach and mandarin orange. For middle notes, we have gardenia, jasmine, and orris. And for base notes, we have vanilla, sandalwood, and vetiver. I think this is a fruity floral gourmand fragrance for sure. I guess that is what we could say it is in terms of what fragrance family it's in. Not the way that I want to describe it, but here we are. I think it's very creamy. It's fruity. The blast of peach that you get, especially in the initial sprays, is really nice. The dry down is beautiful. Again, like I said, it sits very close to the skin. Doesn't project beastly, especially after maybe an hour or two. I still think that it's a good date night fragrance because if it's a more intimate date night, like it's just you two, you're in a restaurant, like you're really close to each other, you're even at the movies, or on the beach, or just at someone's place, you know, just relaxing and chilling and spending time together, painting, sipping wine, is definitely worth the price for it, regardless of how I feel that it wears. Because again, fragrance is subjective, skin chemistry is a thing. Things that wear on me a certain way will not wear on you a certain way, and vice versa. So definitely worth it. Very beautiful, nice, sweet, warm, fruity, gourmand fragrance, and I think that it is definitely worth it. All right, so that is it for today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in my next one.